MS-13 and Barrio 18. On the streets of El Salvador, these were not just names of gangs. They were death sentences. Some had 10 lives on their hands, others 20, and some were so steeped in blood that they had lost count of how many mothers they had left grieving. In this crowd stands Marvin Ernesto, known to the world as Psycho. By his own admission, he has ended the lives of more than 50 people with his own hands. Once, these men were the judges, the juries, and the executioners. A single glance from them could decide who would see the sun rise tomorrow and who would not. But today, the story has changed completely. The men who once believed they were gods are now caged animals. Welcome to CECOT, a fortress built for 40,000 inmates. This is not just a prison. It is a place where time has stopped, and for those inside, the only way out is death. Before March 2022, El Salvador was known as the murder capital of the world. Gang culture was so deeply rooted that people would change their walking route just by seeing a tattoo on a stranger's skin. But then, the state decided enough was enough. A historic crackdown began. In just 16 months, 70,000 people were arrested. This is not a small number. It represents nearly 2% of the country's entire adult population, now locked behind these walls. When they were transported to this fortress by bus, you could see the fear in their eyes, the exact same fear they once inflicted on the innocent. This mega prison was designed with a single purpose: absolute isolation. Spanning 410 acres, it is a world of its own. 19 watchtowers monitor every second. The perimeter is guarded by electric fences carrying 15,000 volts. The security is so tight that body scanners check the inmates all the way down to their bones. There is no chance for a memory card, a phone, or even a tiny note to slip through. It is a vacuum where no outside signal enters. Even the air seems to need permission to get in. Look inside modules 3 and 4. It feels as though individual identity has ceased to exist. There are only numbers here. Everyone wears white shorts. Everyone has a shaved head. In a single cell, 80 to 150 men are packed together. There are no mattresses, no pillows, not even a sheet. They sleep on hard metal racks. For 80 men, there are only 2 toilets. But the greatest psychological punishment is invisible. MS-13 and Barrio 18, sworn enemies who once hunted each other on the streets, are now forced to share the same cell, breathe the same air, and sleep inches apart. Their gang pride means nothing here. Inside these walls, everyone is equal. Everyone is zero. Their food, rice, beans, and 2 tortillas. No meat, no flavor. The state provides just enough to keep them alive, and not a calorie more. Lost in this sea of white uniforms is Marvin Ernesto. The tattoos on his face are not art. They are a diary of his crimes. There is no trembling in his voice, no pity. He knows his penance will end within these 4 walls. His family, they will likely never know if he is dead or alive. He says, "Sometimes I cry at night. I just want to tell my son not to make the same mistakes his father did." But inside this concrete box, there is no one to hear him cry. And for those who try to break these strict rules, there is the isolation cell, a room of total darkness. No concept of day or night exists here, just a concrete slab to sleep on. A man is left alone with nothing but his own thoughts. 4 days, 4 weeks. It is a punishment designed to shatter the human mind completely. El Salvador has changed. The murder rate has dropped dramatically. People now walk the streets without fear. Children play in the parks again. But this peace has been bought at a price paid by the 40,000 souls inside CECOT. Their lives have become a living tomb. Some call it a violation of human rights. Others call it justice. But one thing is certain, in this part of the world, the punishment for crime is not just imprisonment. The punishment is oblivion, being forgotten by the world forever.